Dear student, today I am going to explain Archimedes principle. Archimedes was a Greek philosopher. He gave a law, and this law is also valid this time. What is Archimedes principle? Before knowing the Archimedes principle, you must know fluid. Fluid means there are some substances in our surrounding which can flow, which can go from one place to another place. This is known as fluid. Water is a fluid, kerosene oil is a fluid, and other liquid. Air is also a fluid because air also flows, gas also flows. That's why liquid means water, air, and some other gases all are considered to be fluid. Simply, if anyone asks you what is fluid, very simple answer: materials which can flow is called fluid. It includes liquid and gases. Now I have to explain what is Archimedes principle. When a solid body is immersed fully or partially in a fluid, maybe in a liquid, in water, it experiences an upward force which is equal to the weight of the fluid displaced by it. It is clear from our everyday life. We have to tie a piece of a stone with a thread, with a rope, and you have to take the weight in air. Suppose that I have a solid tied with a spring balance using a thread. When we measure the weight, measure the mass of that solid, it shows, this pointer shows something. But when the same solid is immersed in water, in a liquid, it is found that its mass, its weight becomes less. We have to observe in your life. You have to take a bucket and tie a rope in the bucket and dip it fully in a well water. When the water is filled in bucket, you have to take it out of the water level. It is very heavy. But when you dip, holding the rope in your hand, inside the water, it becomes lighter. What is the meaning of it? This means when any object is immersed in water, in liquid, there is loss in its weight. Similar thing happened in the Archimedes principle also. According to Archimedes principle, I have taken a solid, measure the weight first of all in air. It shows 50 grams, 60 grams, maybe 1 kg, etc. Now take an overflow can, and overflow can is filled with water up to this side tube, an overflow can. When we dip it fully in water, we see the indicator of the spring balance shows less mass, there is loss in the weight. A buoyant force exerts in upward direction. Due to that buoyant force, there is loss in the weight of the solid. And when the solid is immersed fully in liquid, in water, some water also expels out from this container, from the overflow can, and the water is collected here. It is found by experiment. What the loss in weight, what was earlier? Suppose it was earlier 50 grams. Suppose that when we dip in water fully, it becomes 40 grams. Less. 10 grams loss in the weight of the object. And the water displaced by, the liquid displaced by that solid is collected in a other beaker or other container. We have to measure the weight of the displaced liquid, displaced water. It is found that what is the loss, that is 10 gram loss in the weight. This means buoyant force is equal to force applied in upward direction, and what is the weight of this displaced liquid is also 10 gram. We have to measure the mass, but this mass is converted into weight, because you know that weight equal to M into G. Weight is the product of mass and acceleration due to gravity. So if we measure 10 gram, we multiply by G, that is 980 centimeter per second square, it gives the weight in Newton. So how much liquid is displaced, fluid is displaced by that solid, the displaced liquid's weight is equal to loss in weight. So this is Archimedes principle. So there is question how to verify experimentally Archimedes principle. Measure the weight in the air, note down the reading of the spring balance. Now dip the solid completely in the overflow can containing water up to this level. Then how much water displaced? Again you measure the weight of this liquid or water. It is found both are the same. This is Archimedes principle. When a solid body is immersed fully or partly in any fluid, in any liquid, in water may be there is an upward force acting on the object on the body. Due to that upward force, there is loss in the weight of the object, and that loss is equal to weight of the fluid or liquid displaced by that solid. So, buoyant force acting on the solid body is equal to loss in weight of the object of solid, that is equal to weight of the fluid displaced by that solid. This is Archimedes principle. It is common in our everyday life where we have to take a glass tumbler full of water or any steel tumbler filled with water. We have to dip a piece of the stone inside. What do you think? It overflow. Water comes out. How much water is coming out from the completely filled glass or tumbler? That water displaced by that solid equal to the same. So it is Archimedes principle. When an object, solid body that is not dissolved in that liquid is fully or partly immersed or dipped in the liquid, there is loss in its base. That loss in weight equal to the fluid or liquid displaced by it. This is verification and explanation of Archimedes principle. Thanks, that's all.